today we're gonna continue with episode 3. We're finally on the trial. I think this is the last trial for this episode. So let's figure out who actually killed the guy. The headmaster, I don't know how you call him. I forgot how you call him. So what is the father of the of Regina? Defender December 30. 30? Yeah, 30. Yeah. Wait, give me a second. Need to make sure everything works in our right. Yep. I think everything's working out right. So it's December 30, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience and working up to it. Teehee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, a glass of milk. Regina! Oh, fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Oh, of course I did. Mo told me that she'll come and watch this. Mo said that, that fucking clown. So what kind of performance will you put up today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end. Huh? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of an audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you. Oh my god, just like the guy. Oh my god. Oh god, no. Everyone's... Oh my god, just like the guy knows. A freaking clown. He's using your signature. Oh my god. I know he doesn't know the sentence, but still, it's just funny to me. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How long can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, Connor. You said it wrong. I just got something. He was just letting kind out. Just because of that one sentence. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with the energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Haha, aha, aha. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So, how are you today, Bright? Well, I got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against a real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I got to worry about is how thin the tie-rope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we just have to do with our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way to get past Acro and into the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she finally had to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. It may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. December 30, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galatica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mrs. Bonkarma, you may proceed with your career. With your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We had discovered a new witness of Shell saying, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Gallica fly out from the scene of the crime. Order, order. I had a feeling something like this will come up. Due to the revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene of my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Yeah, poor guy. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Will you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. Oh, so we're going straight to it. That's fine. That's great. Let's just begin. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who he looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness testimony matches up exactly why that of the crown. If that's the case, there is very little prosecution need at. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the night sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish shot by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolishness sadness of a sad fool. What is it with you and using foolish, fool, or foolish in the same sentence more than once? I almost know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Bright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. You bitch, how dare you bring up his name. Mr. Bright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Mrs. Von Karma, may I quote justice proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. And so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Does everyone just gonna ignore that a bird flew out of nowhere, landed in his hand? He just squirted it and then just flew back and answered the question? Is nobody gonna question that? To buy some curtains. Haha, sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow! The witness will proceed with his testimony. Stop hitting the judge, goddamn woman! Okay. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside. I was indeed. Pressing across doesn't seem to get results. But maybe something was contradictory in what he just said. There's gotta be something wrong, right? I'm gonna say, just in case the woman decides to take away some knife away from me. There is a contradiction? There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim for contradiction? I'm not sure I do, actually. I'm not sure, actually. I'm gonna... Fuck, I pressed the button. But what anymore? You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What don't I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards a guilty verdict. You were bluffing. I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. Whoops. Witness, will you mind repeating your testimony? Certainly. Okay, I must have screwed that one up. Okay. Dump. Let's press here. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure. What? Who can it be, a mannequin or large action figure? I'm guessing that the monkey has something to do with it. That's what my guess is. That the monkey somehow had something to do with it. You had no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I won't start receiving gifts with the gifts. There is nothing wrong? What's the matter, Mr. Bright? Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should treat it lightly. Ooh, she's being quiet. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The AC lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Do you see any of the other symbols? Clearly I saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person outside was Max Galactica. The more I press in the letters I get. Or maybe there was something. Yeah, there is a contradiction. Because the silk hat was found on the floor. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Is there a contradiction? Then prove it with evidence. Yeah. We already did all this. This time it is the silk hat, I'm pretty sure. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because... Okay guys, give me a second and get a phone call. Sorry about that guys, that I got another scam call. It's like the second time I get one today. It was in Spanish about security numbers and all that. Like, why will it give you that? That's a shame because you will have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That? It's a ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Mac's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Bright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means Acro that you've been peeping on the stand. Order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and I had to back it up. How about it, Mr. Bright? What will cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Can I save? Yeah, let me save. Because I know that woman. He has a grudge against Max. Acro was dreaming. Acro is the real culprit. I'm afraid to do it, but... I'm gonna do it. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuse Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell-Berry. Sorry. Mr. Bright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trip to the circus had served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He's staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusations? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Bright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things? See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that accusation is ludicrous. Did they make the stand shorter for him? She's right. Way to pick on this disabled, you heartless cruel man. Phoenix is a... Oh my god. Can you come up with a better insult than that? See that, Mr. Bright? If you're trying to drum out support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. You're insulting people that you're trying to get on your side right now, lady. I think that's enough of this little game. I got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. Like last time that he was right. What do you say about this, Mr. Bright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Accomplice? Is it accomplice or accomplice? I mean, I don't think he did. But I'm gonna say it just in case. Of course he didn't. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Bon Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Bright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick! Now I'm going to have to prove to how it all fits together. I had to show how Acro murdered Russell-Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Bright, Mr. Phoenix Bright, if this witness is the killer, then his witness account is all lies, right? Mr. Bright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Oh, where was he then? Maybe he was in his room? He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What are you saying, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Bright? Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Bright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most say that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of legal output fed. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right, I can't mess up here. I gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Bright. Do I have evidence? Let me say before doing that. I gotta have some evidence, right? I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of the murder against Ruffle Berry? Let's check this. Is it this? No, I don't think so. Is it this? Was that a picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bus? It's quite a large bus, and because of its life size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it's dropped from a third-story window. Ah? See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! So you're saying the bus fell onto the ringmaster? A very simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the boss. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Oh, the person getting scared of him. Well, acros are a lot of words. He knows that I'm getting close to truth. Whoa, Acro, you can't run away from these things. Ow! I watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Pride. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to the case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony you say? Bon karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There is absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems, however, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sing into any law to win a case. Yeah, she would. Because that's what she does. Agrophysical state. I suppose I could have listed something the size of the past. I had a strong upper body from working as an acrobat and only my legs were injured. However, listing the path and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it will be unrealistic for me to drop the boss on him, don't you think? I had no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's why I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Bright? I would like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simple, Stalin. It's shameful, really. That's what you just did, woman! I can't let her get to me. I got to focus. Oh my god, I hate you so much. Hold it! Have you ever lifted up the bus before? No, I never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I could get to it, don't you think? I can let money outdo me on this. Money. That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bus before. I knew it! I knew the monkey would have something to do with it. I knew it. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingley. I knew the monkey had something to do with it. Oh. Me pasé. Shit. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Whoa. How did this discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the very spare. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I end up falling onto the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bus out the window. There's no way I could have started. How long do you think your recovery will take? You could say you have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extreme intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the window was carrying the box, he could not be able to see or out below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You said that if I was carrying the box, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I could know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you got a point. Hey Nick. Why did you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the box. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. Tackle knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I'm already explaining things sufficiently. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right. I could have done it. I could have done that. However, there is no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? I could be strong enough to lift the boss. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the thing, Nate. Show them what you got. I had to be careful. I had to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember finding any sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something. Okay. It's gotta be something. Let's save. And there's gotta be something here. You gotta know. You have to know the location. The intent was hunch over this 20-liter box. It poses a small but strong lock. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? Where are you driving at, Miss Bright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. You silly hinting at things is spawned, Mr. Phoenix Bright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job of hinting. Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Bright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the remaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that the wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the box came falling down was exactly the same moment the remaster lifted out this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all the questions is now crystal clear. You mean if the box were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim? No! Ooh, it's getting interesting now. Order, this is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now you gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here forward. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a drum and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix cried. Ow! 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 The ringmaster head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specifically made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The weight of the box? Yeah, because it was heavy, right? Even though you only had like one item. The box was a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the core record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift out this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift out the box, you had to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head will be in approximately the same place. Fool! It's so creepy how calm he is about all this. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I heard what you had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Bright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I'm gonna save. I don't know it. I forgot. I cannot forget. Nick! Don't tell me you're losing your memory already. No. Let's not get carried away. Hey, stick out your head and a little. I got just the thing. A magic kick! Enough of that. No horseplay in the courtroom and no kicking the defense attorney. Then what about what the other lady is doing? What about Bon Karma is doing? She's hitting everybody with a freaking whip. And then you call the shot for Maya tries to kick me? That's bullshit. According to the court record that the boss disappeared from the cafeteria. I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Huh? That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drive the bus from my room. However, how could I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? Monkey. You see, Mr. Bright, explain that. It has to be the monkey. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness will have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Bright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? With the monkey! The monkey did it. It has to be the monkey. Like, there's no other explanation. The monkey is helping him. A monkey? Everybody knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bus? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Ooh! Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
Objection!
But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometime and read the court record. Mike, those are some very nice cars he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro. Money's a strong monkey, right? it'd be easy for him to bring the boss back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order, order, I said order. Mrs. Bon Karma, where is the boss in the question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a very strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the boss. What could have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this boss was a murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe I crossed some money mountain of stolen goods and tried to use one of them. Anyways, I think we got more than proven one critical fact. Namely that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Barr's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboso, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolutely most important thing, Mr. Bright, Mr. Phoenix Bright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Bright? Nay, don't let her beat you. Don't let her beat you down. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Bright. Who was the murderer? Who was the murderer the clown saw? Who was it? Can I save? I won't let me save. Let me check the guide I have. He saw Max be. Oh! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That even has nothing to do with the question. Au contrario, Monfrere. Did I pronounce that right? Au contrario, Monfrere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's boss. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The so-called he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It will be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in the right mind will put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Bright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is in the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree? Don't. Okay, he got me. So let's have it, Mr. Bright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Russell Berry. Fool! Him? Are you saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Placing the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Bright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. Do you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached the rope to the boss and dangled the boss out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of this lucky house by none other than a Berlin Patrice and his puppet Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over this to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance to release the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant when the boss hit the victim. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Bright. As much as you say, you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Karma. This circle isn't over yet. What? The impact of the boss on the beacon threw the cloak up, which snagged it onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound of a certain winded scare, prompting him to take a look. That winded was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bus up. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. Wow, that's just crazy, heck. That's just wow. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has to come to the end of his rope now. That's just crazy. So, what now? You have graced us with a rather long winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this score, only two things matter: the power's evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gable as well. Mr. Bright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method, but there's still something unusual about most eyewitness accounts. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, you start and get out this jam. That's enough talking among yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Bright. Present evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. So I guess the answer... Can you save? No. Okay. The pearl on this mask has three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were reported a number of times during the justice proceeding. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in most testimony. The seal hat was one, the white roses were the other. The theories I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's heel hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember that Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a seal hat. There's only one explanation for that. The seal hat that Mo saw was actually the boss. Makes sense if you look at it that way. Then he did see the seal hat, both sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the Pelantric said in court? He said that the witnesses with white roses on my chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain it all of it. What was that? Please recall it the instant when the cloud snagged it up onto the bust. If the cloud snagged it onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloud got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses will end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do it, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Bright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circles, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Huh? Why is that? Motive. This Winnie feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the Ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. But he does have a motive. His brother died. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this will kill the Ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akro's story. Learn about his relationship with the Ringmaster and his life up until now. What do you mean? What do we do? There's no doubting that Akro really deeply respected the Ringmaster. Akro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingley's testimony after recess. This call will now take a 10-minute recess. Ooh, damn. Okay, so next time it's gonna be... Oh, damn. Yes. So next time it's gonna be the final part of the case, which is good. So thank you for watching. I hope you see me tomorrow in order to continue with the case. See ya.